Murder accused Oscar Pistorius' version of what happened on the day he shot and killed Reeva Steenkamp was all a lie. That's according to the state, as it continues to present final arguments at the North Gauteng High Court. It wants the court to reject the athlete's entire account of events. The state highlighted several discrepancies in the Paralympian's version to indicate that it cannot possibly be true. Prosecutor Gerrie Nel again accused Pistorius of tailoring his evidence, saying the fact that he had three versions to his defense is proof that he is not a credible witness. Nel says some of Pistorius' claims of what happened that night are highly improbable and has described the athlete as an appalling witness. Pistorius is accused of intentionally shooting and killing Steenkamp on Valentine's Day last year. The athlete has denied the charge. Well, for more from the North Gauteng High Court, Griselda Lewis is standing by. Griselda, all the evidence condensed in these closing arguments, and Gerrie Nel on his summation. What's featured prominently?
Well, State Prosecutor Gerrie Nel is still going through the more than 100 pages of that closing argument, Natasha, and certainly what we've heard at this stage is that Gerrie Nel says that there was never an intruder in Oscar Pistorius' home when he shot and killed Reeva Steenkamp, that all that Oscar Pistorius did on the stand when he gave his version of events was to lie. He said he was deceitful and that he was evasive and that he chose to remember events of that day. He said that Oscar Pistorius chose to remember certain aspects and that he tailored his evidence to make it suit his version of events. Certainly a lot of the defense's strategy also coming under intense scrutiny here, where the state is also questioning why the defense, for example, when it was said that Oscar Pistorius, you would know that some of the state witnesses who testified in this matter had said they heard screams coming from Oscar Pistorius' home, and then the defense said, of course, that those could have been the screams of Oscar Pistorius and that when he screams like a woman. So Gerrie Nel basically questioning why the defense, even though granted the opportunity to do so, did not call someone or one witness to testify to Oscar Pistorius being able to scream like a woman when he's in distress, and the recording as well that was made of Oscar Pistorius, why that was not played inside court. One of the other critical issues that came through as well was that Gerrie Nel also questioned when he's telling the court to disregard all Oscar Pistorius' version of events, in saying that Oscar Pistorius did not scream at all when he realized that Reeva Steenkamp was behind that door. So basically what Gerrie Nel is saying is that everything that Oscar Pistorius told this court was a complete fabrication and that he shot her in cold blood on that Valentine's Day.
All right, Griselda, and then a new face in court this morning, Reeva's father, first time he's making an appearance. What was the reaction to that?
Well, actually, two new faces inside court this morning, Natasha. First to arrive was, of course, Reeva Steenkamp's father, Barry. And, you know, this morning I said hello to him and I asked him how he was doing. And he responded, good morning. He said, I'm doing fine. He was very calm, very different to the Barry Steenkamp, who we've seen do several interviews, who've been, he's been very emotional. But I continued to monitor him inside court. And often he would stare in the direction of Oscar Pistorius, but certainly he wouldn't really show much emotion at all. And also, quite surprisingly this morning as well, we saw Oscar Pistorius' father also come here to court this morning. He also walked past the many journalists who had been camping outside here at court this morning, didn't really want to speak to the media at all. He's actually been an absent figure, very much so, in this matter, and that we know that the relationship between Oscar Pistorius and his father really hasn't been a rosy one, so really surprising to see him here. But we did see him really cut a very lone figure during the tea break. I saw him walk outside court on his own and really didn't have much conversation with any of the other Pistorius family members who were sitting in the gallery.
All right, Griselda, thank you very much. Griselda Lewis live from Pretoria with those updates from the Oscar Pistorius murder trial.